Hey there, Wes Dove with Dove Development and Consulting. Wanted to give you a quick summary of what to expect this week in A Daily Dose of Leadership. Over the last several weeks, I've really hit on the communication topic, and that's not necessarily been by accident. The reason I've wanted to do that is because we've known for the last few weeks, I guess several before even starting down that path, that we've got a special announcement to make, and I'm going to make that for you here this evening. And when you're wherever you're seeing this video, be it through our Facebook or LinkedIn or even our YouTube page, you should be able to click a link that takes you to the page of our website to read more detail about this. But Cindy and I, about I'm going to say 6 weeks ago now, maybe 7, had the opportunity to take part in a collaborative book effort. And that book was really designed to put a framework around effective communication and the atmosphere that we've used it. So over the last 2 years, Cindy and I have done a tremendous amount of work with businesses, with teams, and even with families and individuals in some cases, and a few cases where it's been church teams, where we've given them tools for really recognizing and understanding communication styles to make sure that their work with one another is even more effective than it already is. So, and the book that we got to collaborate and contribute on is called Discover Your Team's Potential, Proven Principles to Engage your team and improve performance. So I'm still getting used to it. The book, the title was just announced. I was just finally given authorization to release that just within the last few days. So we got it up on our website and pretty excited about that. So over these next several days, A Daily Dose of Leadership is really going to take you through a journey of recognizing 4 different traits and how you can adapt to each of those 4 traits in someone's communication style. Now, it's somewhat based on DISC assessments, but I'll tell you, there's a gob of different brands of DISC assessments, and there's a gob of different other assessments out there. There's Predictive Index, and there's Myers-Briggs, and there's Strengths Finders, and so on, and all of them have their place. I'm not knocking any one. But what I'll tell you is the reason I've landed on DISC, the reason I use it in almost everything I do in organizations today, is because it provides a simple platform for every individual, every employee of those companies, regardless of age, education background, whatever, to really recognize and understand not only themselves, that's certainly a big piece of it, but really how to recognize it in the people that they interact with directly on a daily basis, but also the people that they interact with on a one-on-one basis that may only happen once ever. And when we have the time to really take an assessment, that's awesome because it teaches us a whole lot of information. It gives us a lot of detail and helps us understand what somebody, how they're wired, how we can really adapt and communicate well with that person. But in many cases, a lot of our interaction isn't to where we get to read someone else's assessment. It's really where we have a right now chance to make a first impression, and we can either make or break the impression we leave with that person in regards to the company we represent. So over these next couple of emails in A Daily Dose of Leadership, I'll talk about how to recognize someone who is predominantly outgoing. I'll talk about how to recognize someone who is a little bit more reserved, and how to differentiate between the two, how to adapt based on what you see. We'll also look at how to tell whether somebody is more task-oriented or more people-oriented. And, you know, most of us have grown up with the understanding of you've got to be focused on people or you're a bad person. And that's not what this is about. This is really about where's our focus when we have a task at hand, when we've got to get something done. Are we looking at the people involved or the task itself? And how can we adapt once we recognize that in the individuals that we're working with? How can we make sure we're communicating with them in a way that we can send the right message, we can not offend them, and we can get the best results together as we're working on a project. So look forward to sharing that with you over the next few days. Hopefully this has given you a little bit of a summary of what to expect, and you can use it with your teams or however you get to interact on a daily basis. You can take what I've given you right here as a starting point, and then those next couple messages should be give you a good foundation for what to do from there. And again, check out the link for Discover Your Team's Potential, Proven Principles to Help Engage Your Team and Improve Performance. So hope to see you soon. Have a great week, and God bless.